Good morning, Marnellie. Oh, afternoon. It's actually right on noon. So good noon, Marnellie.
Good midday to you.
We're so glad that you're here.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
I'm excited to be on the parent trip yet again. But in a different way.
Yeah, totally different all the time. You're our jack of all trades, right? We just stick you in wherever it works.
Yes.
Okay, we're gonna
We're my chiropractor spot next, right?
I'm gonna take the chiropractor spot.
That's not problem, right? You got it all.
I mean, I have the resource.
That's a very doula answer right there.
Yes.
Right. We're gonna let you go ahead and chat. So have fun.
Thanks. Thank you so much, Olivia and Sarah, for again holding this awesome event for expectant families, showing them what their resources are for childbirth and pregnancy and postpartum and parenting. As a parent myself, being able to have those resources or the information really impacted my transition through pregnancy and into parenting, and continue to be a really great resource and community of support through my parenting journey. So I'm going to share my screen here and show you what I got. So here's a little bit about me. Again, my company name is Hānau Doula. I am a certified birth and postpartum doula, childbirth educator, and I utilize motherboard birth for my curriculum. I'm an evidence-based birth instructor and Hypnobabies Hypnodoula. So for today, all of those things, today I'm covering childbirth education. So what is the definition of childbirth ed? Childbirth education seeks to educate, empower expectant families and individuals on the process of childbirth, how to understand it, cope through it, and make informed decisions to support your desire for healthy outcomes and optimal care. So listen to that again. Childbirth education is not just there to tell you a story. Childbirth education is not just going to regurgitate a bunch of information to you, so then, all right, now you're ready to have a baby. It's going to educate and empower you so that you understand it. So then when you're in your labor process or in your birthing experience, you know how to cope through it. And then when you're faced with a difficult decision or when your plans change, you can do so in an informed and respectful way so that you and your family have healthy outcomes and to optimize the care that you have. So there are many different methodologies for childbirth education, and I'm going to cover that in a little bit. But these are the core elements of childbirth education. So we're going to cover pregnancy, the anatomy of the pregnant body. So if you don't know what the pregnant body looks like on the inside, go Google a picture, because partners of pregnant people, you will be surprised at what is going on internally. And when you understand what's going on inside, it really helps you kind of be okay with what's happening. Childbirth education is going to talk about nutrition and health, because all of these elements impact how you grow your baby, and then also how you might navigate through pregnancy. Childbirth education talks about labor and birth. So we will talk about stages of labor, interventions, cesarean, types of support that you can have in the birth space, and comfort measures. We'll talk about informed choice and what that really means. So your rights as a birthing person and family, decision-making tools, and respectful communication tools. So informed choice is not, I'm going to check your cervix, okay? Informed choice would be, it's been a while since we did a cervical exam. I'm noticing that your pressure waves and your body has been coping through contractions in a different way. Would it be helpful to you now if we were to do a cervical exam? So a provider that asks that question on having a cervical exam in that way has given you an kind of a view of what's going on in your birthing, and utilizing a cervical exam as a tool to help you kind of progress along in your labor process. The final element of childbirth education is, what do you do when the baby arrives? So healing your postpartum body, both physically and mentally, what life with a newborn looks like, and how to nurture the family. So we don't just want baby to thrive and the birthing person to thrive. We want the whole family to thrive, because when whole families grow and thrive, the community thrives. So earlier I talked about different types of methodologies for childbirth education. So you have options in childbirth education too. So you can use an independent instructor like myself. I'm a private instructor. I provide group and individual classes, and you can do them virtually right now, and hopefully soon going back in person. Because that's one of the things about childbirth education that you get, is you get to meet with other pregnant families, and you get to form these little villages and see what other families are going through during their pregnancy. You can go through hospital-led education. So many hospitals before the pandemic were providing childbirth education courses. So as a patient of the hospital, you could take the classes there. Some of them have transitioned to online formats, but it's, as a doula, what I'm seeing is that many hospitals are looking for, or even providers are looking for, other community educators. And then childbirth methods, you can go through Lamaze, you can do Bradley method, you can utilize hypnosis for childbirth. So I am a Hypnobabies Hypno Doula. So I really like Hypnobabies in terms of utilizing the practice to find your breath and navigate through pregnancy and birth comfortably and easily. And then there's also evidence-based birth instructors, who you will hear from tomorrow, from Scarlett with Hatchlings Doula Services. She is an excellent instructor, and the evidence-based birth curriculum for childbirth education is really great at finding your voice in childbirth and really understanding what your options are in childbirth. And I mean, those are just a few. There are many others. And as of right now, many of those platforms have transitioned to an online format. So not Bree, I think of Bree because I just saw Bree, but Olivia and Sarah mentioned that I provided app codes for the pregnancy basket or the birth basket. And this is what an app code gets you on Motherboard Birth. So Motherboard Birth, you can collaborate with your team and your family on what your birth preferences are. So if you want to limit vaginal exams, you can put that there. And your provider, your partner, your doula can click on this through the app and kind of refresh or understand, what does limit vaginal exams mean. You can put a visual picture that says birth in any position. Okay, well, what does birth in any position looks like for you? And all of your team members can take a look at that. What are your preferences in postpartum? So this is immediately postpartum, so once baby is born. Do you want to breastfeed right away? Do you want limited interruption, so everybody leave the room? So this is what you get from that really fun raffle basket. So that's my time. I'm going to stop sharing my screen so I can see if there's any questions or chat things.
I haven't seen any questions yet, but we will definitely give people the opportunity to pop those into the Q&A. I do want to read you some things that are in the chat about you because I love sharing nice things to people. So somebody says, Marnellie is a great source of information as well. I was lucky to speak with her a few times. And somebody else commented and said, love the calm and knowledge you bring, Marnellie. I can definitely vouch for that. Marnellie is a cool cucumber.
Well, my face doesn't show it sometimes. Like, I don't like that.
One of so Marnellie and I often collaborate and work together as doulas, and one of our jokes is that if we ever start a business together, there's this one photo that Kim from Rushes and Waves took of us at a doula meeting where both of us are showing our true feelings on our faces during the meeting. We're both like
like, I don't know.
Not super flattering, but shows that we think the same things sometimes.
Right. Right.
Somebody wrote back and said the motherboard looks rad. Yeah, it's a great resource. It's also super inclusive. All of its imagery is, gender inclusive, BIPOC inclusive. Really great resource. So great. Well, I'm not seeing any questions jump up in here for you. So thank you for joining us, Marnellie.
Thank you. Good day.
Have a good day.
Have a great weekend.
Any questions that you